to observe and to do all his commandments, which is going to lead to everlasting life, which I command thee this day, that the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua, thy power, will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. Hear that? This is what we got next is about. This is what the kingdom coming to Israel is about. That's why they asked him, man, come on, he said he'll set us above all nations. So they asked him after he came back, they thinking, okay, he coming back to judge and make war. I have to think that because, but not knowing that all the curses that we're reading about in Deuteronomy 28 chapter, the 16th verse to the 68th verse hadn't happened. That's why they asked him this. In Acts, the 1st chapter, the 6th verse. He had died, rose on the 3rd day, walked there for 40 days. They asked him this. If it ain't coming to Israel, why they asked him this question? When they therefore would come together, they asked of him, saying, Mashiach Yahushua, would thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? So they know the kingdom coming to Israel. Come on. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9, Apocrypha. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. That's the world is prepared for us. That the Mashiach Yahushua said he's going to prepare. Where there's going to be no more sorrow, no more tears, but joy and happiness. For who? The children of Israel, if we follow what he say do. Remember, he's not a man that we should lie, so therefore he's going to make good for what he's saying. Deuteronomy 28 and 1 again. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Most High thy power, to observe to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Most High thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Most High thy power. Now this is what we can expect. You know, when we come back to the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High and do them, apply them in your life. And we're going to have this most certainly in the kingdom. This is what it says. Blessed shall thou be in the city, and blessed shall thou be in the field. We're going to be blessed in the city, any city that the Most High set up, and we're going to be blessed in any field. Blessed shall thou be, blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kin, and the flocks of thy sheep. That's what we can expect. Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store. We're going to have all kind of, we're going to have plenteous nests, he said. Blessed shall thou be when thou comest in, and blessed shall thou be when thou goest out. Being going blessed, going out blessed. The Most High shall cause thy enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way, and flee before thee 7 ways. That's our power. The Most High shall command a blessing upon thee in thy storehouses. Meaning we'll have plenteousness. And in that all that, and in all that thou settest thine hand unto, and he shall bless thee in the land which the Most High thy power giveth thee. That's what we waiting on. He gonna bless in the land that he giveth the children of Israel. The Most High shall establish thee an holy people unto himself. That's what we gotta be. I keep telling you, we gotta be holy because he's holy. We understand how holy he is and how we always acknowledge him as being Wadash. You know, the Most High shall establish thee an holy people unto himself, as he has sworn unto thee. I mean, he's not a man he should lie. He's gonna make good that what he said. If thou shalt keep the commandments of the Most High thy power, and walk in his ways, and all people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Most High, and they shall be afraid of thee. Nobody afraid of us. We got to come up to these laws, statutes, commandments. And the Most High is not a man should lie. These people going to be afraid of us. All these kingdoms, all these nations going to be afraid of us. And the Most High shall make thee plenteous in goods. Yeah? Like he said, like we just read in Ezra. Plenteous in goods. In the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy ground, and in the land which the Most High sware unto thy fathers to give thee. The Most High shall open up unto thee his good treasure, the heaven to give the rain unto thy land in his season, and to bless all the work of thine hand. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow. That ain't us now. We're on the opposite end of that. And the Most High shall make thee the head and not the tail. That's what we are now. We're the tail. Everybody else the head. And thou shalt be above only. Hear that? And thou shalt be above only. So we got to come after these laws and commandments so we can fulfill this in our kingdom. And thou shalt not be beneath. We're not going to be below anyone. If that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Most High thy power, which I command thee this day, to observe and to do them. And thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee this day, to the right hand or to the left, to go after other idols to serve them. So that's what we're going to have in the kingdom. And to see all the things that he's going to do, and you can't really look at it as, when we see all the things that the Most High is going to do, that we're going to be in order, because we've seen all the things he's done to the Egyptians. We was in the land of Egypt. We've seen all the wrath that the Most High brought upon them, killing every firstborn male, everything. And we still got in the wilderness and it was wicked. That's why the Most High didn't allow no adults to go into the kingdom, into the land of Israel, but Joshua and Caleb as adults. And then the children that we had in the wilderness, we made sure every last one of them adults. When we came out, 600,000 strong army. So we killed 599,098. That's a lot of people. So you only say Joshua and Caleb are the men. Killed all of the adults. All the women adults, all the men adults. Except for Joshua and Caleb. Let the children that was born in 40 years go into Israel. And we didn't follow his rules and regulations, his laws, such commandments, as it is today. Look at St. John 6 and 35. St. John 6 and 35. And Master Yahushua said unto them, I am the bread of life. He that cometh to me shall never hunger, and he that believeth on me shall never thirst. But I said unto you, that ye also have seen me, and believe not. It's like, that's why he says, they seen all the miracles that he done. They still didn't believe it. They believe in him. But they seen all the miracles that he done. Still didn't want to believe it. Why? Because they want to do their own thing. Jealousy, envy, pride, all that plays a part with us, with we as a people, because that's just the way we are. I don't know why you could be jealous of somebody. You ain't got nothing, they don't got nothing. What you jealous of? And even if they do have something, they might, how did they get it, Look what he said. He said, verse 36, John 6:36. But I said unto you, that ye also have seen me, and believe not. All that the Father giveth me shall come to me. And him that cometh to me I will in no wise cast out. For I came down from heaven, not to do mine own will, but the will of him that sent me. So he came down from heaven to do the will of the Most High. So anyone that the Most High give him, he ain't going to cast him out. And this is the Father's will, which have sent me, that of all which he have given me, I should lose nothing, but should raise it up again at the last day. And this is the will of him that sent me. So he's going to raise up in the last day. We in the last days now. That every one which seeth the Son and believeth on him may have everlasting life. And that's what we're talking about. everlasting life. And I will raise him up at the last day. But they went against him. They ain't believe him. That's why I look here, this second Ezra's, the first chapter, and we're going to look at verse 35. He's telling them, say, your houses will I give to a people that shall come. See, a people that's going to come on the earth. That's in the future. A people that's going to come in the future, which not having heard of me, yet shall believe me, to whom I have showed no signs. Remember, he showed all these miracles when he was in the flesh to the children of Israel. They still didn't believe him. But the people to come in the future says, he have showed no signs, yet they shall do that I have commanded them. They're going to follow the law, statutes, commandments. 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel. Because some of you ain't good for nothing. You're going to do whatever you want to do until the end. Till you be thrown in the lake of fire. And some going to follow the righteousness of the Most High and going to humble themselves before the Most High and cry to the Most High that we may be redeemed from our enemies and our hand of all that hate us, and be truly saved and delivered and make it to the kingdom. This is written for us. It says, they have seen no prophets, because the prophets are dead, and the apostles. Yet they shall call their sins to remembrance and acknowledge them. What is sin? The transgression of the law. But how can you call your sin to remembrance if you don't even know what the law says? You even know what the law, you don't even know nothing about no laws of the Most High. You just going by your own law, your own vain opinion. That's why evil comes in and overthrows a righteous judgment. Give you an evil judgment. Why you think off, you think wrong, or why you miserable. A lot of you out there miserable. Why? Because you don't know the joy or the peace of a Mashiach Yahushua. That's what he came to give us. Regardless. Most I said, whatever he give you, take out cheerfully. That take a spirit, a certain spirit to be able to deal with that. That's why he said you got to suffer wrongfully too. It says, verse 37, I take to witness the grace of the people to come, whose little ones rejoice in gladness, and though they have not seen me with bodily eyes, yet in spirit, yet in the spirit. That's the only thing he promised to us, is the Holy Spirit. Say, yet in spirit, yet in the Holy Spirit, they believe the things that I say. Okay? And that's how we got to believe in the Spirit. Through the Holy Spirit, which is the Spirit of the Most High. That we believe the things that that's written in this Bible. Otherwise, you just going through formalities, man. Like a lot of people, they just go through formalities. They ain't dealing with the Spirit. Even though it seems like you think they're going through the Spirit. But when the book is closed, what's the word on it? When the book is closed, you're not supposed to be doing anything contrary to what is not written in this Bible, but what is written in this Bible. You continue to be the same person. You're getting better and better and better. You can't keep on doing the same thing. You can't keep making the same mistakes, telling I'm sorry. I'm sorry, because you is sorry. You are sorry. When you look at it, as many times you got to say, I apologize, then you got to really look at, are you really that new creature? Are you still that old man trying to bring in the old man into the new man? Trying to bring your old man into the truth. Nah, you got to let that old man go and become a new creature. Change. You know, cold turkey on the old man. Let him go. Cold turkey on the old woman. Change. You got to change. If you don't change, then the Most High is going to deal with you. Wonder why you having all these problems, all these ailments, all these hang-ups that you're dealing with. All these problems coming into your life because you ain't changed. He called you, he chose you above all nations of the earth. And here you are, want to be beneath all nations because he gave you that power. You have that power to become the sons of the Most High. Yet still you want to push it to the side and be like everybody else. And he's going to visit you first. He said he's going to visit us first, the ones that he called. He called us, he said he's laboring to make us perfect, and here you are laboring to make his work in vain. And his name is jealous too. But recognize Mashiach Yahushua is there to fan the flames. The Most High is consuming fire. The Mashiach Yahushua is there to fan them flames from you. But when he moved back, like you said, when you sin willfully, after you have learned the truth, ain't no more sacrifice. He ain't going to the Most High on your behalf. When you keep doing it willfully. Nah. Don't think, oh, all I gotta do is say forgive me. Nah. It says that. We went over that. A lot of people don't understand that. Y'all think you can do whatever you want to do and you're just gonna forgive. And you ain't studying, you ain't trying to follow and find out what's right from wrong. Oh no. You better try and find out what's right from wrong. In the eyes of the Most High, I'm talking about, in this word. Then you get ready for the kingdom. So I look at Galatians 5 and 22.